In the dawn of civilization, along the fertile banks of the Nile, a kingdom was forged, united under the watchful eye of the falcon god, Horus. For generations, every pharaoh was his living embodiment on earth, a sacred tradition etched in stone and faith. But then, one king dared to break the divine order. Why did one Egyptian pharaoh abandon Horus and embrace his eternal rival, the chaotic god of the desert, Seth? This is the story of a rebellion that shook the foundations of ancient Egypt. This is the story of Peribsen. Our story begins over 4,700 years ago, during a turbulent and poorly understood era known as the Second Dynasty. Egypt, though technically a single kingdom, was a land of two halves, the fertile delta of Lower Egypt in the north, and the long, narrow valley of Upper Egypt in the south. For centuries, the pharaohs, ruling from cities like Thinis and Memphis, had maintained a delicate balance, their authority symbolized by the Seraph, a rectangular crest containing the king's name, always topped by the figure of Horus. This symbol was more than just a name tag, it was a declaration of divine right, a statement that the king was the earthly incarnation of the god who had triumphed over chaos to bring order to the world. The early kings of the dynasty, like Hotep, Sekemwi, and Renab, followed this sacred convention. Their names and monuments all bore the unmistakable image of the falcon god. But then, something unprecedented happened. A new king ascended the throne, and the falcon of Horus vanished from the royal crest. In its place, an animal appeared that was both feared and revered, the enigmatic Seth animal. This was Peribsen. His very name, meaning hope of all hearts, seems to contradict the radical nature of his reign by replacing Horus with Seth atop his Seraph. Peribsen wasn't just changing a symbol, he was making a profound theological and political statement that sent shockwaves across the land. It was an act of heresy, a direct challenge to the established cosmic order. To understand the gravity of this act, we must understand the gods themselves. Horus, the son of Osiris, was the god of the sky, of kingship, and of order. He represented the civilized, cultivated lands of Egypt. Seth, his uncle, was his opposite. He was the god of the desert, of storms, chaos, and foreign lands. The eternal conflict between them was the central myth of Egyptian kingship. The rightful heir, Horus, always triumphed over the usurper Seth, ensuring the stability of the kingdom. So for a king to align himself with Seth was, in the eyes of many, to align himself with chaos itself. Why would he do this? Was it a personal crisis of faith? Or was it a calculated political move? The evidence we have is scarce, fragmented by the sands of time. Peribsen's tomb is not in the traditional royal necropolis of Saqqara, near the northern capital of Memphis. Instead, it's located hundreds of miles to the south, at Abydos, the ancient heartland of Upper Egypt, and the cult center of the god Osiris. This geographical shift is a crucial clue. It suggests that Peribsen's power base was firmly in the south. His monuments are found almost exclusively in Upper Egypt. In the north, and the lands of the Nile Delta, there is a conspicuous silence. It's as if he never existed there. This has led many historians to a startling theory. During Peribsen's reign, Egypt may have split apart. The religious schism was a reflection of a political one. Peribsen, the champion of the southern god Seth, may have ruled a breakaway kingdom in Upper Egypt, while another, now forgotten ruler, may have controlled the north, remaining loyal to Horus. This wasn't just a theological debate, it was a civil war. Tearing the two lands asunder, imagine a nation divided, its divine mandate fractured. With two competing ideologies vying for control. The north, with its connections to the wider Mediterranean world, and the south, the traditional, conservative heartland. Peribsen may have been a southern nationalist, rejecting the northern Horus-centric orthodoxy and championing a deity that represented his own region's fierce and tame spirit. His inscriptions offer further clues and seal impressions from his tomb. Peribsen isn't just called the beloved of Seth. One remarkable inscription calls him the conqueror of Seth's enemies, stating that he has united the two lands for his son. This is a paradox. If he was the champion of Seth, why would he conquer Seth's enemies? And if the land was divided, how could he claim to have united it? Some scholars believe this could be propaganda, a king's attempt to project an image of power and unity even in the face of division. Others suggest a more complex reality. Perhaps his allegiance to Seth was a way to co-opt and control the chaotic forces threatening the kingdom, transforming the god of disorder into a patron of royal power. By embodying Seth, he wasn't embracing chaos, but mastering it. The reign of Peribsen eventually came to an end, and he was laid to rest in his southern tomb at Abydos. What happened next is perhaps the most telling part of the story. His successor was a king named Kasekemwe, and his royal title is extraordinary. Atop his Serach, he placed not one, but both gods, Horus and Seth, facing each other in reconciliation. His very name means the two powers have appeared, and he is often called the two lords are at peace in him. Kasekemwe was the great unifier. He ended the conflict that had defined Peribsen's era. He built monuments in both the north and the south, and his grand tomb at Abydos, far larger than Peribsen's, is a testament to the renewed wealth and stability of a unified kingdom. It was he who truly paved the way for the glories of the Old Kingdom and the age of the Great Pyramids. But the story of Peribsen remains shrouded in mystery. He is a ghost in the annals of Egyptian history, a king who dared to defy tradition. Was he a heretic who plunged his country into civil war? Or was he a pragmatist, a regional leader who adapted his ideology to survive in a time of political fracture? The evidence is tantalizingly incomplete. While his tomb and monuments in the south point to a king who ruled with absolute authority in his domain, the lack of evidence in the north keeps the true extent of his power in question. Did Peribsen ever truly rule over all of Egypt, or was he a king of only one half, a southern ruler whose radical choice of a patron god forever defined his controversial legacy? The sands of the desert have yet to give up all their secrets. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of the ancient world, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories from the dawn of history.